and this is NIU Realty's video on running comps, section 3. Our objective for this section is to discuss what comps are and comparables, review common terms for comps, finding and comparing them, and how to find them. These are a few terms that you need to know when comparing properties. So comps are properties that have been sold that are similar to the property you're trying to acquire. So usually they're built within 10 years of your target property, and they're similar in size, but they may vary in price. Cold calling. The process of calling skip trace contact numbers of sellers in order to get in contact with them. ARV. ARV, or after resale value, is the value that your distressed property will be worth after total renovation. MAO. MAO, or maximum available offer, is the maximum amount you are willing to offer a seller or a seller entity for the property. Finding and comparing comps. So here's a few details that you want to look for when you're running comps or looking for them. So your original property is going to be the property on our left right here, and it's $100,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 844 square feet, and it was built in 1932. So when you're looking at other properties, you'll want to look at the year that the property was built first. This basically tells you how old the property is. So make sure you keep the properties that you're comparing to this within 10 years above or below that original number. So if it's 1932, then you want to make sure that your property that you're comparing it to wasn't built any later than 1942 or any earlier than 1922. So this is the first comp or first comparable. So it's moderately renovated. It's a little bit more, and it's 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 934 square feet. Now, usually you'll want to stick within the 3-bed, 2-bath range, considering that your original property was a 3-bed, 2-bath. But in the event that you're having issues finding comparables around that exact size in that exact area, and you filtered your results properly, then I think it would be fine to use a property that would be 3-bed, 2.5-bath. It's only a little more, and you can just adjust as far as the square feet for that property goes. This property was built in 1938, so it would fall within that 10-year radius. This is the second comparable. It's renovated fully. It's sold for $245,500. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,000 square feet, and it was built in 1930. This would fall within our 10-year range from 1932, so this is good. Now, if this said 1915, then this would not be a comp that would work for your comparable list. Comps should be the same size as your original property. The square feet is important because it determines how much more expensive your comparable will be compared to your original property. So also looking at the price of a property will help to let you know how much the property is worth in comparison to your original property if it were fixed up. So if this is the same size, it's a little bit bigger in square feet, but you can kind of see what the property will go for fixed up and see if you have any wiggle room as far as making a profit. Knowing these numbers helps to find the after resale value, or your ARV. How to find comparables. So when finding comparables, ask yourself these questions. What year was the property built? What is the square feet of the property? How far is the address from your original property? Is the property renovated? And what is the price of that property in comparison to your original property, of course. We're going to watch one example on how to run comps. If you guys are needing this full video, just click on our channel, and this should be the video that is posted before the one you're watching now. So let's take a look. India with NIU Realty, and this is going to be a video about how to find comps. So many of you who have our PowerPoint or who have seen the PowerPoint know that this is a property that we found when we were looking at distressed properties in section 2. So the first thing you want to do when you're about to find a comp or a comparable, you're going to want to have a place to put this information. It can get really confusing when you have multiple properties that you're looking at and you're not sure which one was which. So this can really help with making sure things are organized. You can write everything down on a piece of paper just to make sure that you're not missing anything. So the first thing you want to take record of is the address. This is the address of your property that you decided you want to move forward with working with the realtor, or if it was off-market property, the seller, which we'll discuss in later slides. You can write your address on a piece of paper, but for me, I'm going to put it in my MAO calculator. If you guys have this, you know there's an address section where you can just put your information right there. Then you're going to need the year of the property, so it's 1968. That's the year it was built. I don't know how I got that. And the size, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. We're going to need the square feet for the property. It's going to be 1789. And last but not least, we'll need the asking price, which is going to be $279,000. All right, so in order to find comps or comparables, which comps are just properties that are similar to your property that you're looking to write a contract for and reach out to the realtors for. This is going to be your original property. So comps are just properties that look like that property or are the same size and around the same year. I try to make sure that the comparables that I use are within 10 years of each other. So if this property is built in 1968, then we need to find properties that are going to be built in 1978 or 1958 at the lowest. So first thing you want to do is type in the area code into the search bar. If you've seen section 2, then you know how to filter out results. So you'll go to filters. Then you'll want to hit sold. Make sure you're hitting sold so you can see the properties that sold at that price. It's important to know that they sold already, so you know this is the price that the house was worth at this period of time. If they're up for sale, the asking price is still kind of in the air. So those properties, even if they're similar in size, just won't work. So you'll want to click 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, because that's how big our original property was. It was a single family unit, so you'll want to click a home. It's not a multifamily unit or other. It was sold within the last 6 months. You'll want it to be the last 6 months. I wouldn't do a year because the market can change a lot within a year, but I think 3 to 6 months is a good bet. We don't want the year to be more than 1980. This is because we have a range between 1978 and we have a range as low as 1958. So anything below 1980 will be perfect. And we'll also want to scroll down and we want to make sure there's no new constructions. Sometimes the button doesn't work for me, but usually if there's new constructions, I just click right past them. All right, we press search and then narrowed our result down to 97 homes. So we're going to look for homes like this one. This is 3-bed, 1.5 bath. It's sold for $188,000. And they have the address right here. Let's just check what year it is. Awesome, it was in 1969. This is a great comp because it was built in the same, not the same year, but it's only built a year later. So it's actually really close. So we want to take this address. We want to stick it in our comp section. 1969 was the year. No, why it keeps doing this? It's so silly. Or maybe because I usually type it in. It's probably what it is, guys. All right, and then we're going to look at this square feet. 1275. Let's look at and see now what it looks like inside. So yes, guys, always look at the information that you're presented with before even taking a look at the picture. But this looks what I would call moderately renovated. It's not a high-end renovation, but they definitely made it look livable. Very livable. And it took great pictures. So this looks like a flip. It's good to read the description. It looks like they've decided to upgrade. They've upgraded the house. You can tell it says living room has large windows, great natural light, and beautiful wood floors throughout the living area. This looks like a renovated property. So I would say it was fully renovated. All right. And so I just abbreviated fully renovated, 3 beds, and 1.5 baths. All right, let's see if we can find another one. This was a great first pick. All right, guys, if you want to see the rest of that video, just head to NIU's channel and it should be the video posted right before this. But yeah, that's pretty much it on finding comparables. I do go a little bit more in depth as to how many comparables to find and why to find that many in that video. So check it out if you get a chance. It will be posted as a link in the video at the end of this video. But yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions about how to run comps or about this PowerPoint presentation, section 3, how to get it, just reach out to us on our many social medias. That will be linked in the description box below. Thank you guys again for coming and can't wait to see you guys for section 3, running the numbers. Thank you. Bye.